And welcome to Walk 2's gameplay video of Modern Warfare Lexus number 4, day 7 on this line. Or day 8. Yeah, I want to say it, day 8. Anyway, so yeah. So today, what we're going to talk about first is they finally released the basic story for Armored Warfare. Yes, this game has a story. Unlike other tank games, this game actually has a story to it, which was gradually revealed a little bit over time. Basically, they gave hints on it. Through their looking at the different vehicles, like for this guy, however, let's scoot over there. Like for this guy, they gave hints about, like a destroyed M13 and its crew in the in the 2020s. So they've been giving little hints in the story, and then PvE is also a big hint on the story. But yeah, this is what I will now, on their, they have an article, talking about the timeline of, talking about the timeline of Modern Warfare. Well, not really timeline, it's basically a background to the events of the game. Both PvE and my monitor just blacked out for absolutely no good reason. As usually, they usually happens to my TV when I'm playing Stone Earth, but anyway. But yeah, basically, man, that really got me off my track. I really forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. We were doing so well, and then PC blacked out, caused me to, like, wait a second. It's still working on my TV, but it wasn't. But anyway. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, yet I will now read or at least give you a summary of what the background's about, and you can find the link in the description if I remember to put it there this time. I forgot about the last time I wanted to put something in the description. I remembered it way later than I uploaded, so let's hope I remember this one as it's pretty important. So yeah, but basically, the background of the story starts like, they don't give an exact date, but basically, around the modern time, where basically, you know, Greece finally fell to an economic collapse, which may or may not happen in real life, we'll see. I mean, they're in a much better position now with them having the loan, but basically in the Armored Warfare storyline, Greece collapsed, and that started a huge chain reaction in Europe, causing very, very bad things to happen. Basically once the Belgian and Greek banks collapsed in Greece, basically the entire region was swept into chaos, and like wrecked the status quo and all that. Basically, bad things happened to Greece and the surrounding area, which is like the Eastern Mediterranean. Yeah. And basically, the European Union started losing its grip on the countries. Not that it has, no, not the bad sorts of grip, the good sorts of grip, as in, you know, like the European, like the United Nations has a grip on its country involving war and all that. But basically, Europeans started losing its grip. Rebels started appearing everywhere, and bad things happened. And basically, the difference between the government and people became a big difference in the European Union, as in bad things happen again. And basically, Arcanist movements have happened, and then War of Third Countries basically fell for the most part, and all the weapons that they had started going to these rebels. So that's also not good. And then the Syrian crisis, probably ISIS, started exploding, worse than it is now. Basically just, actually, that's not the Syrian crisis. Syrian crisis is about the rebels going against the Syrian government. Basically, that shattered Syria into multiple warring regions, as they call it. Basically, multiple different rebels and governments and stuff like that. Bad things happened. And then they collapsed with Turkish forces, which then I'm actually reading up my Wii right now. I read it straight through it, but I don't remember the beginning. And it sounds like and it looks like the Turkish, it sounds like, no, it sounds like, actually no, then it wasn't a civil war, now when they start clashing with Turkey, it became a civil war. Before it was just them prodding at each other with guns. And then Europe, and then bad things happened in Europe, again, that situation didn't help the European situation at all. Then a newly elected president decided to be isolationist, pulling all troops from everywhere back to the United States. And then, and also the United States actually fully became energy independent with new technologies. And then after that, they started providing, they didn't provide, actually, private military corporations started getting used by Europe, and other countries because the United States was not going to help them. And that was in 2018, with a new war called the War of Christmas between Israel and its neighbors. And then this is the major thing which, let me move the map out. This is the major thing that explains a major thing in Armored Warfare, which makes it different from the other tank games. Is dealers. This is where the dealers come from. This is the first movement towards the dealer system, and the dealer system will become much more prominent later on in the story. And then, the U.S. lost influence over everyone as well, because, if the United States is not going to help them, if the United States is going to stay on North America and probably stay inside, this area of North America, then why say anything about them, or why be with them? You also got another vehicle, actually. Bad time. And, okay, now going back to the story. No direct influence, I should say, not complete influence. And then and when that happened, a new multinational drug cartel rose up called the Aliza de Sangre, and that basically and now they directly control parts of Mexico and Central America. And then the cartel funded guerrillas all across South America and started making them do civil wars. And then they also profited from that as well. And then the South Americans lost their power, leading to American nationalist militas to gain influence across South America. No, wait. Oh, actually, basically, since the South America is mainly let's try that again. Because of the conflicts and the lawlessness of Central and South America, their American nationalist militaries gained influence across the South. Going to China in the late 2010s. Oh, yeah, China basically started in the late 2010s as basically had economic spasms caused by currency fluctuations, oil shortages, and increased separatist tendencies in several of its regions. Then China made policies that basically said, we need martial law on our borders, and then crackdowns happened, with China being China and having brutal control over everything. And they actually managed to keep the situation under control by doing that, barely. And now going back to NATO and Europe, NATO is now, going back to Europe now, NATO is in decline because, well, you know what? No, since European Union is in decline, NATO's not going to be doing much well. It's not going to be doing much better either. And the nationalist guerrillas appeared in, and then during that, national guerrillas appeared in Estonia, and the Baltic region plummeted into conflict, and NATO being critically underfunded as again chaos in Europe, NATO's not going to be doing well, and also the United States dropped out of NATO completely, so that goes like a quarter of their funding, so that's not good. And then by 2020, it basically stopped doing anything. It just like it lost basically lost all its stature. It just couldn't do anything. It's still there as a it's still there as a it's still there as it's still there as an organization, but it doesn't really do anything. Okay, going on. And then violence, and then since there are so much global tensions, violence started to spur on the violence happened on the India-Pakistani border, and then during the chaos, 5 nukes were stolen from a Pakistan complex, and one of them was detonated in the Indian city of Hyderabad. So yeah, leading to deaths of millions and staggering economic losses. The world is Beth waiting for someone to step forward and announce they were responsible for the attack. This announcement never happened, and the unexplained incident, violence, and hideous crime served as a wake-up call for the nations to act. And this is getting to the end of the story and getting up to the beginning of the game, or the beginning of the, I guess, beginning of the mission story, and also the and being a PvP, because there is a reason why you see Wolfie's vehicles fighting Wolfie's vehicles alongside Shishkin vehicles. There is a reason for that. Okay, now let's actually go to another vehicle. Why not Leopard 1? And then weakened by insurgency and strife, the world's powers, China, the European Union, Russia, and the United States, came together to discuss how to fight a multinational threat, or how to fight the new multinational threats. After extensive negotiations, a treaty was signed that would change the world forever. The treaty stipulated that the affairs of all the countries participating in talks would be left to their militaries, as in the governments don't get a talk over the governments don't have any pull, only their militaries do, as in generals and stuff like that. But major threats to entire regions and continents will be handled entirely by a new government body, the International Security Department, or ISD. That is who you're working for in missions. And then the ISD will dictate the operations of PMCs, private military corporations, but in return they will support them both logistically and politically, as in they give them resources to fight their wars for them. And each PMC will be established with its own rules, ranging from ragtag bands of mercenaries to private armies equipped with modern weaponry. They will also adhere to the ISD code, lest them become branded as renegades and prosecuted de facto by other PMCs. Which is what you're fighting in missions a little bit as well, but that's mainly the story behind PvP. Continuing. The size of the PMCs could vary from small bands of mercenaries to entire brigades or divisions, and their equipment was just as varied. From antiquated vehicles like you, I guess what you or not. Yes, by them. From antiquated vehicles mothballed by third world militaries to cutting edge stuff like you. So that's the reason why you see, that's the reason why there's the Cold War vehicles along with modern vehicles, even though you're playing like the 2030s. That's the reason. And they purchase from arms dealers approved by the ISD. For these dealers, the contract with ISDs are very beneficial, for the promise not only supply anyone considered to be enemy of the ISD, or for the promise not to supply anyone considered to be the enemy of the ISD, the authorities tended to look the other way when it came to means the dealers employed when acquiring their stock. Which, you know how they get Abrams and stuff. They got reasons. They had their own reasons how they got that stuff. Those little starships, and how to get their hands on. What's a good example of getting their hands on? I guess Scorpion. That's interesting how they get their hands on. I guess. Oh yeah, I know one. And maybe I'll think something how they get hands on that. Well, they probably make them now, because why not? And thus making them the richest men and women on Earth. And now we're at the story of now we're getting to where the game starts to begin, and well, at least battle mission does. Unfortunately, this system brought its own pitfalls with it. Cases of military units going rogue or switching sides were not uncommon. This is what battle mode's all about. Is, you know, just you have like I said earlier, you got Wolfie's vehicles, all of these fighting with Shishkin's vehicles, all of these fighting against Wolfie's vehicles and Shishkin's vehicles with a mix of both sides. So that's pretty much what battle is. Basically, just multiple. Basically, you're either the good guys or you're either the bad guys, but they don't tell you. And basically, you're fighting rogue units, or you are a rogue unit. Or maybe both rogue units just fighting each other for why not. And then the actual mission is based on, is you're part of the ISD fighting the rebels. And you're not rogue units, although they could be rogue units, who knows. And going back to the story, nevertheless, the system was proven effective by the early 2030s, and the PMCs were already dominant, and in reality the only force capable of dealing with major crises in contested regions. As we approach the middle of the 21st century, it is no longer in question the world is on fire, and the combined strength of loyal PMCs is now the only hope for keeping Earth from returning to another dark age. Whether they will be successful remains to be seen, and that's probably where mission picks up. So yeah, that's the story of Armored Warfare. As poorly as I read it and poorly as I summarized it, I still summarized it, and that's pretty much the story of it. I hope that was useful to you. Now let's pull up the Starship so we can try this. I was going to do missions. I'm going to do missions after this because we only got 11 minutes left in the video. So let's do the Starship. I want to see if heat rounds work. But yeah, that's good writing right there. That's they put a lot of thought into the story, despite the fact that not a lot of people know it. So yeah, that's really nice of them. I mean, War Thunder has its campaigns, but the multiplayer doesn't really have. The multiplayer really doesn't have any reason to existing. I mean, like the Narrows encounter. Why are American vehicles fighting Russian vehicles, fighting German vehicles? I mean, yeah, fighting German vehicles, fighting fighting British vehicles. That does have a story to it, and Wolf Tanks just has no story at all. So it's really interesting that Studio Entertainment took upon themselves to make a story for a game, even though a lot of people will not know about it. So yeah, and I like it a lot, actually. It explains a lot. It explains every aspect about the game, really. Like for instance, why are you playing early Cold War vehicles? Even the campaign missions say you're in the 2030s. I get my monitor blacked out. For a second though.
Affirmative. Loader, ready up. Up. Driver, move out.
All right.
Loader, heat.
Yeah. Let's bring the heat ray out. Time to bring the heat. Alright. And also explains why there are corporations instead, where there are companies instead of nations. Also explains also sets up the story of missions pretty nicely. And again, why are you fighting, and why can you use a Cold War vehicle or an early Cold War vehicle in the 2030 when the mission takes place in 2030? Let's help these guys out. Yeah, since our heat rounds of penetration, we should be able to do this. Oh, they're coming. Oh, we can penetrate. That's wrong, though. Oh, Sheridan. Ah! They're wrecking us.
Identify target. Hostile tank. Loader.
Suck that. No effect. What?
Identified. Hostile tank. Loader. Heat.
Okay, it was a little low. Couldn't see that line. Yeah, they're shooting my turret. Good, shoot my turret. Oh, you guys seem to be doing much better than the HE rounds. Oh, hello, Scorpion. Ow. Alright, that was unfortunate. Alright. Okay, so heat rounds are not the solution. They're not that all that. They don't penetrate all that much either. Or they penetrate, they just do nothing about it. So we'll try them again later. Oh, right now let's do the Scorpion. Get more Scorpion. I mean, how close are we on Shishkin's vehicles now? Oh, so close. It's still going to take a while because we're not guaranteed to even go up against an armored fighting vehicle, and we're not guaranteed to damage it. And when we damage it, we're not guaranteed to do enough damage to do over 1,000 damage, or even 500 damage to an armored fighting vehicle. So yeah. We're up next standard. Alright, any armored fighting vehicles? BMD 1, Scorpion, BMD 2. Alright, that's fine. And I definitely like to keep 3 armored fighting vehicles in the match if they possibly can. 3 or 4 is their number that they want. Or the matchmaking wants anyway. Yeah, like the only time they don't see more than 3 or 4 armored fighting vehicles is if they just can't find enough tanks for some reason. Alrighty.
Driver, crank it.
Affirmative.
Gunner, scan for targets.
Affirmative.
Driver, move out.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's find armor fighting vehicles and let's win. Yeah. I'm getting a little choppy though. Oh bonk. Yeah, I can maneuver with it when it was that choppy. Like I was like 10 feet away I was 10 feet away 1 second, the next second I was in his face. Alright, let's go this way. We got 300 going the outside. That's good. Okay, you got spotted enemy on the very top of the map. That's T-64. Alright? Yes. Oh, please frame rate. You know, let's get all the way out of this guy. you go. Actually, oh, you stalled. No, you just stopped. Yeah, the thing about the frame rate is, it's like solid for like 5 seconds and then it drops. And that will get you killed because you don't know it's coming and then it, bam. Yeah, let's see if we can get some points for the Scorpion. Take shot. Nope. Alright, we're upgraded, right? Didn't you have a chance to check in my upgrades? I guess I do now.
Identify target. Hostile.
Okay, we have contacts. Let's get behind this wall. Let's get behind this tank. It's not like we have armor or anything. It's not gonna matter how we angle it. And we just got lit up. But who's gonna shoot me? I don't see any. I don't. Oh, I see the armor fine. I see a Scorpion. You have a Scorpion, right? You have a Scorpion. Oh! What? I thought I was in cover from that direction. There's our BMD, fighting our BMD.
Identify.
62 of them. I'm smaller, right? Oh no, I can't see high, right? I forgot we're playing a Scorpion. Its commander is very low compared to its gun. Oh! Well, I think we found their what? Their BMD-1, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, no, that's a, what? That's a 300. Oh, he's explosive rounds, that jerk. You saw hit the thing in front of me and still damaged me. Oh, and our driver said that's not good. Let's go over there. Oh. Oh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be not easy. Go, go, go. Use this guy's cover.
Identify target.
Yep. And hope having my turret lower than having my cameraman slash being lower than everything else is bad. Oh, that's not a Scorpion. Good shot. Oh, watch out, guy. It's Nulf. Ain't you under him? No. And my camera, whenever I look, it seems to, oh, come on. Oh, come on. Aw. Yeah, the scope views are really odd for this thing now. Well, that makes a lot of sense, but... And we're dead. But, no, like it's just odd that the Scorpion scope is extremely low. It's on the hull instead of being on the turret. Like everything else is. Interesting. Oh, and I think that'll be it. Yeah, that was definitely a situation which benefited from the old Scorpion scope, because the new Scorpion scope is too low for that situation, and plus that backed up at the wrong time for me. I was trying to go around. I thought it was back. I thought it would back up sooner, but oh well. All right, but anyway, so you know, I might as well look at Starship. And we didn't damage anything. Oh, we spotted a lot, guys. But we didn't damage anything by shooting a heat round. Well, to be honest, we were shooting heat rounds into main battle tanks, about R tier or above. So that's probably why they didn't penetrate. So yeah, this thing's definitely HE using, which is typical for vehicles in this game. Like the round that you're supposed to use always is equipped in the left slot. And then the other ones are just extra. Yeah, but anyway, so thanks for watching. I do appreciate you guys watching this video. It means a lot to me. Also, you want to leave a comment in which I think and just in the series, like what vehicles you want to see next, and I'll play Armored Warfare Early Access number 4 in general. If I know tips, even if I know tips, leave me some comments or feel the no tip. And I guess see you in a second.